What's up, guys? So I think I pieced together everything that had happened to the Baker family. Now, my theory that I'm gonna say, I'm going to back up with evidence. So definitely pay attention to your screen for the evidence. And I want to remind you that this is all speculation, but like I said, I have evidence providing everything I'm saying. So let's just get right into the theory and let me know what you guys think. Our story begins with Jack and Margaret Baker, as well as their son Lucas, who all live on a farmhouse together. Although this family was quiet, Lucas was known to be a bad kid. However, in the year 2014, the family had abandoned their home. Reasons were unknown.
Abandoned farmhouse, missing family, foul play suspected. The usual.
How long did you say this place has been abandoned?
3 years.
Go missing.
Not hillbillies, the Bakers. Jack and Marguerite Baker. And they were quiet, not backward. A lot of bad rumors about their son, Lucas. Bad seed, apparently.
Now, that should be the end of our story, but it isn't because of this photo. This logo on the chopper closely resembles that of an umbrella logo. On the back of the photo, it seems that the family had an idea and were aware that the helicopter was watching them. Now, why would an umbrella chopper be around in the sky if they were disbanded years ago? And why watch this quiet little family? This is what I believe. The year we are playing in is either 2017 or much later. From the time Umbrella disbanded, somebody could have revitalized the company and began experiments once again. Who revitalized the company? I have an idea, but let's talk about it a little later on. I feel Umbrella infected the Baker family and looked over their progress as they went through infection, but the question remains, why choose this little family? What interest would Umbrella have on them? Now, I know this is gonna sound a little ridiculous, but please bear with me and I'm going to explain. I feel it's because they're not only quiet, but they are farmers. I believe that Jack and Margaret were infected with the virus known as the Plagas virus, the virus that first made its debut in Resident Evil 4. I know it's a bold claim, but please let me explain the connection.
Welcome to the family, son.
So I turned my Resident Evil 4 on just to find some similarities between Jack and the enemies you fight in Resident Evil 4. And surprisingly, there are actually a lot of similarities. In Resident Evil 4, victims of the Las Plagas, they had farmhouses, just like the Baker family.
Te voy a matar. Te voy a matar. ¡Sos cerdo!
In Resident Evil 4, the Lost Plagas victim had disgusting living conditions, just like the Baker family. and they still use language to communicate even though they are infected with the virus, just like Jack, who uses English when he's attacking you.
Wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
Welcome to the family, son.
So why doesn't his wife show up in the game at all? Well, I believe she does show up, and she harasses you throughout the teaser. The wife is infected with a different strain of the virus. We know that there are different strains of the virus because Wesker, with the help of Ada Wong, stole the virus in Resident Evil 4, and then Wesker, along with Tricell, created two types of the Lost Plagas virus, which we seen and had a fight against in Resident Evil 5. I believe that even though she appears to be this ghostly figure, we live in the world of Resident Evil. Anything unexplained cannot be chalked up to ghosts rather than some type of infection or bioterrorism. I believe that she's infected with a strain of the Lost Plagas virus that allows her to move within the shadows. I believe that she is the one who is replacing the boxes you destroy in the teaser. She replaces the mannequin. She's moving the mannequin. She's just harassing you constantly throughout the teaser because of this ability she now gained through the Lost Plagas strain that she's infected with. All of this keeps coming back to Wesker. Wesker is like the mastermind behind the Resident Evil games. Him stealing the Lost Plagas, him making different types of Lost Plagas. So someone might have carried on his legacy. But it still remains who is running Umbrella. It can't be Wesker because Wesker is dead. Now, I cannot back up this claim. This claim right here, I just can't back it up. But what if Jake is now controlling Umbrella? Maybe Jake just feels his genetic code is too closely tied to his father, so he decided to take up the mantle and begin experiments once again, following Wesker's footsteps.
You know anything about Albert Wesker?
What?
Take that as a yes. We talked about him. A lot. I guess he had an antibody that could fight off any virus.
Your father's actions have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but his blood does. It's the whole reason why we're even here. I mean, come on. You really think that crazy doesn't run in the family? That nothing of who my father was didn't somehow get passed on down to me? You of all people should know that's true. I'm just saying. The man that I am, the things that I've done, at least it all makes a little bit more sense now.
Or maybe the opposite has happened. Maybe Umbrella didn't infect this family with the virus. Maybe Jake is now taking up the mantle to correct the wrongs of his father and decided to use Umbrella as a force for good. He knows that the Baker family is infected, so to restrain this infection, he decided to look over them.
What?
You can blame your father all you want. But at some point, you have to take responsibility for your own actions.
However, I feel like if he was using Umbrella as a force for good now, why not just kill the family that's infected? Why watch over them? So that's my theory. I believe that they are infected with the lost Plagas. I've showed my evidence. I've backed it up as best I can. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this theory? Do you not agree with this theory? And remember to subscribe, because I'm going to be constantly putting out these Resident Evil 7 videos. And until we get more information, I'm going to be focusing on the demo and the teaser and coming up with theories, speculations. And if new information on Resident Evil 7 does come out, I will also be putting that information out there for you guys. So definitely subscribe to keep up to date with the channel. I'm going to be out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.